We're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married, moved into a van, and have been chasing adventures all around the globe ever since, and are now searching for a place to call home somewhere soon.
Subscribe and join the ride.
Hear that? Our whole house is shaking.
That is a heck of a storm moving up into the mountain ridge where we're at. Right now we're at over 4,000 feet of elevation. Heavy snow expected. Plan on difficult travel conditions. Expect damage to trees and power lines as well. Whoa. Heavy amounts of snow at over 5,000 feet of elevation. We're like right at the cusp.
So we did not wake up surrounded by snow. We actually decided to make the intelligent decision and drive down the mountain pass where it was like 20 degrees warmer almost instantly. So very good choice. But this morning we are having a little bit of, what's it called? Like a unexpected problem?
Unexpected problem?
No. Remember how we swapped out our battery at the storage unit the other day?
This thing's been sitting here a long time.
Well, Drew still doesn't feel quite so confident that the battery is as strong as it needs to be.
Minor technical difficulty. We definitely don't want to get stranded with a battery that won't start our van.
Especially because we plan on driving all the way down to the tip of Baja, so I think this is a good call. We're just really trying to be as prepared as we need to be.
I think it was a new battery before that. I hate to get a new battery if this one's good, you know.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's so expensive.
Yeah. We're going down to Baja, the Baja Sur, all the way, and you know, we'd be camping, and I don't want to get down there and find out.
Yeah, you should do that first.
Okay.
So at least you know that
I think it's pretty good. After that, I feel so much better to know that our battery's healthy. It just needs to be topped up and recharged. We'll get somewhere tonight. We'll plug in at the campsite, charge our house batteries, charge the starter battery. We won't get stranded anywhere then.
Arriba, it's time. It's almost noon. It takes about 3 hours to drive to San Felipe, our first stop, and we were told not to stop the van at all until we get there because border towns can be a little bit sketchy, but once we're clear of that, we should be good to go. Ooh, and we don't want to drive when it's dark out because of vacas, cabras, y burros, and other things that don't have headlights at night. Noon was kind of our cutoff time. It gave us a lot of wiggle room to play with, but it's almost noon.
Just when you think you got everything prepared and sorted and you start second guessing yourself.
That's true.
It happens.
Yeah. But you know what? I feel really good knowing that you think of all those things because I don't usually.
I appreciate you saying that, babes.
It's the truth.
Even if I'm down here in the nitty gritty.
Yeah, thanks for doing the nitty gritty.
No problemo.
One more gas fill for the long road ahead.
We gotta go over there. There's no credit card reader here.
Currently searching on iOverland so that we can have an actual specific campground that we tell them that we're staying at. There's actually quite a few in San Felipe. $30 to camp beachfront.
That's a pretty going rate I was seeing. About 400 pesos.
It is officially afternoon, but it looks like we'll be there before 3. Or maybe not. Let's just hope the border crossing line doesn't look as bad as the In-N-Out line.
That's a real long line. This guy looks stoked. He's eating his fries and burger right there. Caught ya! Just peeling back the wrapper.
Oh, and he's in there.
Ooh.
Let's hope he doesn't see us filming him. In need of an exciting new adventure as we await the renewal of our Schengen visas, we were finally bound for the border and ready to explore the Baja, somewhere we had planned to make it during our first year of van life in 2015. But now was the time. As far as paperwork goes for entering into Mexico, we have our FMM immigration papers, which cost about $28 or 600 pesos each. We have our passports, and Drew was able to get insurance for our van and motorcycle through a US-based company in San Diego. So we're all set, ready to approach this border. Let's hope that it's really smooth and maybe we won't even get stopped. That would be the best. Speaking of the best, one of the ways that we make sure we're giving our bodies what they need to run at peak performance is by taking AG1 every single day. It's basically like having a giant bowl of leafy greens that we can fit into a bottle and take with us wherever we go. With over 75 vitamins and minerals sourced for the highest possible quality, as well as probiotics for gut and immune support, and adaptogens like ashwagandha, which help us deal with stressful situations and even help reduce anxiety, which we're going to need help with in the coming scenes of this episode. But as far as vitamins and supplements go, it is the only thing that Drew and I take, which really helps reduce the amount of space that things like vitamin bottles take up in our van. Basically, it just tastes really good for you, and I find myself craving it at some point if I haven't taken it first thing in the morning. So if you want to try it for yourself, go ahead and use our link below. By doing so, you will get 5 free bonus travel packs and a full year supply of vitamin D, which is crucial for a strong immune system. All right, now back to Mexico. Ándale. Solo a México, no retorno a USA.
Estados Unidos. Look at all those cameras.
Smile, you're on candid camera.
Except we're on a very visible camera.
Yeah, true. Here we go.
All the barbed wire.
All right, this is where we put you guys down, I think.
Hola, buenos días.
¿No es el registro de la moto?
Sí.
Documents?
Sí, sí.
Oh, please?
Yeah.
Is it this?
So right now he's checking out our motorcycle, wants to make sure that we have the proper documentation for it. I just showed him the VIN number and the registration paperwork.
Okay, buena.
Ciao, ciao. Hasta luego.
That's it. We're in. They just wanted to check Lucky Blue out, and we're good. We're in Baja.
Not exactly. Okay. Jose Felipe.
Oh. We got more checkpoints?
Do we have to go back and get it?
We're confused. Oh, right. We got to get a stamp on.
Centro.
Wait, we got to get our passport stamped.
Hold on. I think we have to get it stamped.
That's pretty crucial.
Yeah. Do we have to go? I don't really know.
Reversing. This is
I think we have
awkward.
to go here. This is confusing.
We were told that getting this stamp on our passport is absolutely crucial. So, well, we had no choice at this point.
There's the Baja sign, Baja, California. Gosh. What does that mean?
Look at this line.
There's no going back now.
No, that's the line back to the U.S. So we should definitely go early whenever that happens. At this point, we weren't sure what to do. Do we somehow figure out our way back to the border? Or do we continue on as if nothing happened? So this is what the border town looks like in Mexico. This is where we were told not to stop, basically. Just keep moving. Telcel. That's where we'll get our SIM card in another town. We were actually told that the Wi-Fi is strong in the villages. It's just the second you leave the towns, you're basically completely disconnected, which is the joy of Baja. I've actually never really been to Mexico. We crossed the border twice, only to Tijuana. The first time just to kind of check it out for fun. And the second time to buy inhalers. You guys might remember that episode. But we just walked across the border both of those times. I've never driven in, and now we are going deep into the depths of the Baja. I'm very excited about this, while Drew is still anxious about what it means that we don't have that stamp. But I'm sure it's fine. Babe, you're gonna have to let it go.
I know people said they went back to even get it. I'm like, what?
After researching a bit further about what happens if you don't have your FMM stamp, which basically lets Mexico know when you entered the country so that they can be assured that you are not overstaying your visa here, we've decided to go to one of the other border crossings that doesn't have the crazy long line that the Calexico one that we entered through had. It's less than 10 minutes from where we are now. I think this is a good choice, really hoping that they'll just stamp our passports and not question anything. We'll see, but this feels like the right choice. Otherwise, you can get fined, and we just don't want to have any other unexpected problems since there's a lot of checkpoints along the way.
But hopefully we can just go get that stamp and be all set.
Congestion. What are they selling?
not tell. Oh, smelly goodness smells. I don't have any pesos.
Smelly goodness smells.
The little smelly trees.
Just don't buy any churros. We have our roadside Pikachu stand over here. Well, we might as well do some good while we're illegally in Mexico. We have a blessing bag here, as always, and with the amount of homeless that we've been seeing, as we said, I really think somebody over here could use this. We saw a woman juggling with a little baby on her back. It's really sad to see.
Look at that. Diesel is $19.99 per liter, and 3.78 liters equals a gallon. And the conversion at 20 to 1 would make a gallon of gas $3.80 roughly.
That's about on par with the US. Maybe not California, but...
Pretty close, yeah.
All right, we're basically back at the border.
Turn right, then keep left.
Una pregunta.
Por favor, no tiene una estampa. Sí. Okay. Gracias.
Gato Blanco. Where that white car was, we're gonna go straight and make a right.
I didn't see where.
We waited for the clear, made our right-hand turn, and then kept an eye out for an immigration sign, which we never saw. And we're reversing again.
Tu trabaja aquí? Stamp for...
Now do we go into the office?
I guess so.
We did not expect this. We thought we were so prepared. And here we are, the second border crossing. We just went into the immigration's office and the lady told us that we needed to have the receipt for our immigration paperwork, which we have on our phones, but she said it needs to be printed. We didn't know this. So because we don't have it printed, she said we either need to go to the Office Depot and print it out, which is however many miles away from here. We don't have time for that because it's almost 2 p.m. and we have a 2-hour and 45-minute drive, which I'm thinking might take us a little bit longer because who knows what these roads are like. But the sun sets at 4:45 and we've been told multiple times to not drive in the dark. So I'm getting a little bit nervous. So because we don't have the receipt for our immigration paperwork, she made us purchase new ones, which is another $60 total. But in order to pay that, we need to have pesos, but we haven't been able to stop yet to convert some pesos. So here we are. Luckily, there's a bank on site here at the border. Drew's inside. They only let one person per party inside of the bank. So hopefully he's getting those pesos. We can get that stamp and we can get ourselves down to Baja. I guess at the initial border crossing, though, we wouldn't have been okay either because we wouldn't have had that receipt printed. You just don't know until you know, unfortunately. In the meantime, I might as well make lunch because I don't think we're going to be stopping once we get Spirit rolling again. Tengo hambre. I'm hungry. At least I can see the bank from our house. He's been in there for over 10 minutes. Just need those pesos. All right, well, lunch is ready. Oh, thank goodness.
I'm really frustrated with this process. It's put me in a bad mood.
I know, I'm sorry.
Can't believe they double charged us because we simply didn't print out the receipt from the online version. We have printed out what we need. I even had to ask for a receipt of this payment because she wasn't gonna give me one. But we gotta go back and get our passports from the mujer, the lady in the immigration.
Mujera.
Mujer.
Okay.
Mujer. I don't know how to say that.
We don't know yet.
My learning lesson from this, I think we should have just went with what we had. This has been a total headache coming back to the border.
Was it worth the stamp? I don't know. I guess we'll find out as we make our way down Baja, see if anybody asks for it, if it would have caused any problems. You guys will learn with us. We need to go. It's like 2 o'clock.
I know. Come
Okay.
on.
All right. Gotta leave you guys behind. We'll be back. And look, I made lunch.
Thank you, babe. Well, at least the lady was really nice there at the end, but that was still a frustrating process.
It was definitely frustrating, so make sure you print the receipt for that FMM paper. Ay, ay, ay.
I'm exhausted.
Ready for some tacos and good vibes. Mexico! Andale, andale! Arriba! Ay. Brooms and sombreros. I want to say the drivers here are a little bit crazy, poquito loco. But Drew was also just explaining to me why the guy at our initial border crossing possibly didn't just tell us about how to get our FMM stamp. And that's because if you're only coming to Mexico for about a week or less, then you don't need one. But because we're here for a longer time, we need one. It's not very clear. Now that we've gotten over that hump,
we're in Mexico!
Arriba! That's what I'm talking about.
Get me a taco!
What is that? That must be his lucky hoof.
I wonder if he pulls it and that's his horn.
Oh, I bet you're right. Poor little foot. Now we got pillows, dog beds. It's a huge cemetery.
Wow, there's so many flowers in there right now.
Wow.
A little different than cemeteries in the US.
Another figure-outable is what is the speed limit? We heard that everyone goes 60 kilometers per hour, but Spirit runs in miles. So
Just like every other car in the US.
So Drew's theory is just be the slightly slower car on the road. What?
How's it going?
Great. Oh. On smoothie, coming right up.
Smoothie with the view?
Yeah. We have arrived to our first military checkpoint.
This is the first main junction where Highway 1 coming from Tijuana and San Diego meets with the 5 between San Felipe and Mexicali.
Where I think all they'll really ask for is our passports and maybe where we're coming from.
Hola.
Hola, caballero.
Baja Sur?
¿Razón?
Yeah.
¿Sí me puede abrir su puerta?
Yes, sí.
We just had our first Mexican visitor. He just looked around, wanted to make sure there were only 2 people in the van, and then we were good to go. That was easy.
He was super friendly.
Yeah, he was very friendly.
San Felipe!
San Felipe, oh my darling.
San Felipe,
Here we
come
come.
and rescue us. I gotta say, I feel really alive right now.
It's true. When the world is so unique and everything's moving and changing, it's like you have no place else to be other than right here. Whoa, look at that!
Whoa.
What
That was
is
crazy.
that?
Airplane crash right here on the side of the road.
I don't know. No sé. No sé, señor. The daylight was dwindling and the clock was ticking, as we still had quite a ways to go before arriving to the first town to camp at south of the border. Ooh, come on, Spirit. Come on, son. Not yet. Not yet. Do you want the good news or the bad news first?
The good news.
The good news is that I have not seen any cows on the side of the roads, and we're about 25 minutes from our destination. The bad news, well, it's not so bad, but the sun is about to set. Look at this. There she goes.
Bienvenidos a San Felipe.
Woo-hoo! And seriously, just in the nick of time, we made it to town. We just realized that without pesos, we have no way of paying for a place to camp for the night. So we're stopping at this little gas station here, hoping that we can exchange some dollars.
To the ATM we go. Colorful money incoming.
Ooh, pretty pesos.
Pretty pesos.
We're almost to the ocean. Look at that sky. Drew and I were talking about our names when we were in Spanish class back in the day. My Spanish name was Lupita. And Drew, what was your name?
Pedro.
Pedro always reminds me of, what was that movie?
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
Pedro!
We have arrived.
We've arrived.
Club de Pesca. We're legitimately on the sand.
There's the office. Officina.
This is beautiful.
Let's go see if they've got a spot for us.
All right.
Mi nombre es Drew. Yeah, my wife and I just left a camper van and wondered if we could stay.
Look at our neighbors.
Wait, so should I back in?
And look, we have our very own palapa. Palapa is what they call the shade structures out here.
We've been mixing up our language just a little bit, so.
Yeah, trying to talk to the little camping guy. I'm like, mon frère,
Little Portuguese, little French.
Yeah, meu nome es. Buenos noches. At least we got that. I think my favorite thing about this camping spot is that we can hear the waves inside the van. It's gonna be so peaceful laying in bed. And dinner's ready. Tacos in the oven, and we got roasted cauliflower, tofu, mushrooms, and broccoli. And Drew has this beautiful stuffed pepper with sausage, quinoa, corn, tomatoes.
That thing looks delish.
It does. It's a big pepper. And luckily we remembered to download our shows on Netflix. That's amazing to me that you can download your shows. And recently we've been pretty addicted to Money Heist. Also, we're in the middle of watching this movie, Don't Look Up, with Leo DiCaprio. What will it be tonight?
Da-da-da-da.
Good morning.
We'll take this one. Hope that water gets warm. Brr.
Good morning, kitty cat. Hello. You come to say good morning?
Take a left turn, cross the railroad to the beach house.
We have a van cat.
Fan cat.
Oatmeal. So much is happening. Cat in the van. Ah, it's hot. Making yourself at home, aren't you?
This spot is excellent start to our trip here down in Baja. Being here feels so good. Sound of the waves, the little fisherman boats going back and forth, the whole bay, the mountain landscape around us. This is an excellent, excellent way to begin this whole time. This is what it's all about. Hello, little cat friend.
He's so friendly and like loving. He loves it in here.
He's like, that's a cool van.
I love cats so much. Why? Oh, I love you so much. 2022 is the year of the cat. I hope. Right? Right, kitty? I've actually never raised a cat on my own, you know? My mom's always been the one who's really like fed them and done the litter box thing and
That is one reason why you love going home, to spend time with your mom's cats.
yeah, it is. Kitty. You guys love each other.
Hola. Gracias.
Yes, you wanted to go fishing tomorrow.
We weren't joking around when there's so much to look at and so much just like
I know.
amazingness all around us. It's what makes this drive in this country really, really fun and exciting to be in.
All right, friends, it has been a wild ride crossing the border from the US into Mexico, but we're here and it is beautiful. And today we're continuing the drive south.
We're going to Bajo.
We got to get to where it's a little bit warmer, and what's fun is that we know that we're going to be able to come back up through this part of Baja. So if there's anything that we missed out on, we'll get to experience it in optimal weather, because apparently up here in March it's like amazing. And the whales, right?
One thing I want to say is this is the town that's the mecca for all the Baja races, the Baja 250, the Baja 1000. There's probably a 500 as well. Look at the sign, San Felipe.
Oh, fun! Thanks for the stay, San Felipe.
And look at the whale.
Oh,
They're saving the whale.
It's a recycling whale. I love that. Creative. The bearder clam. What does that mean? Be sure to subscribe and tap that bell so you can see where Baja Bound takes us all next week.
Hasta pronto.
See you soon.